Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun. In this video today, we're going to talk about this plus $600 that these folks who are getting unemployment are receiving right now, and what long-term that is going to do to not only their psyche, but what it's going to do for the country and those that are out here who are quote-unquote essential personnel. What is that going to do? So stay tuned. Give you guys a few minutes to come in. We are live, okay? So I know it's a little bit different when you're watching a replay, and I understand that because you are watching a replay that it might not be as entertaining for you, especially here in the beginning. But we do these lives, to have a discussion, to have a conversation. And if you want to come in live with us Monday through Friday, most Monday through Fridays, most days Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., we are live. So if you want to come in and join the conversation, please by all means do. And also Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. we come in live. Monday through Friday. Now on Saturday and Sunday it's a little bit different. Simply because, those are rest days, and that's when we try to get some rest around these parts. So I am pulling up to a place that I frequent daily, and we're gonna do a little shopping here in a minute. Got some things I need to pick up, but in the meantime we're gonna see who's in, if anyone. I don't know if anybody's in with me right now. Nobody's chatting. But I've been doing some thinking about everything, and there's always some kind of divide. And right now I see the division right now between the have and the have-nots. And right now it is the people who are receiving the unemployment who are the haves. And trust me, something needed to be done for people. Something had to be done. However, I'm not sure if this this unemployment thing was the answer. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the stimulus was the answer. I'm not sure if there's a second stimulus is going to be the answer. I mean, obviously something had to be done though. Excuse me. And right now, for those that don't know and don't understand how the unemployment is working, if you have filed for unemployment and you have lost your job due to COVID-19 or whatever, as far as I know, it doesn't even matter. But mainly, COVID-19, then you get your normal unemployment, which for most people it's like, $27, $320 a week, whatever. Nowhere close to being what people are used to making. Well, I don't know, because if you're making $10 an hour times 40 hours a week, that's $400 a week. Minus taxes, you're right at probably $280, $300. If you're making a little bit more, then you're making a little bit more. But on unemployment, from what I understand, unemployment insurance pays you a portion of what you're normally making. And now they've added a straight $600 extra payment on top of that a week. So now people who are unemployed, and I've talked to and I've interviewed several folks who are on unemployment right now, they're getting more on unemployment than they were working their regular job. Okay? So you figure $600 a week times 4 weeks in a month, that's $2,400. And if you're getting, let's just say $250 a week for unemployment, then you're making $3,400 a month. And as far as I know, it's tax free. Okay. Now I didn't ask that question, but as far as I know, it is tax free. So you got somebody who's normally making, let's say they're making $10, $15 an hour, and they're bringing home normally, what's that, $400 a week, $800 every 2 weeks or whatever, minus taxes, so they're bringing $650, $750 a week every 2 weeks. Which, I mean, if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, that's really no money. Then all of a sudden you start receiving unemployment for doing, basically sitting at home, making sure you're not going out, and you're getting $600 plus the $200 or $300 that you would get normally for unemployment. You're making just as much, if not more, sitting at the house as you were when you were working. And in a lot of cases, a few of the people I've talked to, they're making more money sitting at the house. So what is that going to do for somebody's psyche later on? Okay, after the 12 weeks of unemployment, I mean, I think that's what it was, and they might have even extended it, I'm not sure. But after 12 weeks of sitting at home, you guys know that anything that you do after 21 days is a habit. So, an object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion. So what I'm afraid that the people who are receiving unemployment now, I'm afraid that we might be creating some couch potatoes. I'm afraid we might be creating some folks that are just looking for, and I know everybody's not going to be like this. This is not a blanket statement for everybody, but I'm afraid that we may be creating some folks who have a lack of ambition, after this is over. Now, those that are going to do it, they're going to do it. They're going to figure out a way. And as a matter of fact, some folks that are receiving unemployment right now, they're taking some of that extra money that they're receiving and they're putting it to the side so they can start businesses, so they can start, a side hustle, start doing more things. And you know what? I've made this point before. If you took all the wealth in the world and equally distributed it to everybody equally, within a matter of 5-10 years, it would all be back in the same people's pockets that it's in now. The rich are going to figure out a way to make it, and unfortunately, the poor are they're gonna figure out how to make it too. And it all comes down to making really good, solid decisions about your money. Whether you're on unemployment now or you're still essential workers and you're working right now, regardless of who you are, it all boils down to making good decisions with your money, good financial decisions. Like I try to teach my children, I'm like, hey, look, when it's good, it's good. Enjoy that time, but it's almost every conversation I have with them, like, hey, save for a rainy day, save for a business adventure, save for whatever. Just save. Don't get in the habit of spending it all, because one thing I've learned, opportunities come around, and opportunities come around for folks who can take advantage of opportunity. All right, and there's always, in this country, there's always gonna be some opportunity. Yeah, opportunity comes to me all the time. I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, yeah, it's not for me. Now I look at something, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to Jennifer about that. That sounds like that might be all right. And then I may think about it later and be like, yeah, but with the way my life. So I'm more mature now, to the point where I kind of know what it's gonna take in order to get things off the ground. And at this point in time in my life, my question I always ask myself, see, I'm not, this is not 10 years ago when I was 35 and when I was 30, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just willing to go get it, and just get it, do it. I'm a little older now, and I would like to say I'm a little more wise, but when I make decisions about finances and money now, I'm like, how much energy do I really want to put into this in order to get the outcome? Because I've been around long enough. I've started enough businesses. I've been living long enough. I've watched enough people to know when you get something started, you got to put a bunch of energy and effort into that thing. And now at this point in time, I'm like, I kind of pick and choose, where I'm gonna put my time, because I'm older now and I realize that I may not have another 10 years or 20 years to just keep working like crazy, And granted, yeah, I'm still a young man, but there's certain things I enjoy right now, like being at home. I enjoy being at home, like, spending time with my family. Those are things that I truly enjoy now, like, doing YouTube. I enjoy that. Those are things that, I thoroughly enjoy. And when something threatens the time that it's going to take, or that time that I have there that may take away, then I get a little more get a little more selfish with my time. So those are things you got to look at too. But I've just been sitting back and I've been thinking, because if you're on unemployment right now and you're receiving whatever the normal unemployment is plus the $600, plus if you were able to get a stimulus of $1,200, and if you got a kid or two, I mean, that could have been an extra $1,000. That's $2,200 right there, just extra money plus your unemployment. I mean, this past month you really could have had a good month. You could have, let me see, that's 24 plus just another $1,000 for unemployment. That's 34 plus a stimulus check. That's $4,600. A lot of people don't make that kind of money. Okay, $4,600 cash money, and those are the exact numbers. So you could, you really could have taken, or you still could, because hopefully nobody, hopefully you didn't go out and blow that money, because you really could have taken that, made sure you paid your living expenses, and then save the rest to make sure and ensure that this month you had, you had a little cushion, and then also if you have a little cushion, that's something that you could take, and along the lines down the road, you could take that, and then maybe you could have bought you a few stocks. Maybe you could have started the process of starting a business. Businesses are expensive, but I mean, there are a lot of things you can do from home. I was talking to my kids last night, and they were talking about starting this. They both have YouTube channels, and they were talking about doing T-shirts for the channel. I'm like, that's a great idea. I've been thinking about that for a while now. Doing T-shirts on this channel. I don't think we're big enough yet. I don't think we've created enough of a buzz in order to get there. I mean, but that's a great idea. And they were telling me how, hey, we got this app, we can do this and do that. And they showed me one of the T-shirts they had done. I was like, you're onto something. And if you had a T-shirt right now that you could produce, I'm sure there's some people who are watching tonight who would possibly buy that T-shirt. And sure enough, there were several folks be like, yeah, I will buy a T-shirt. I will buy a T-shirt. And so there are always going to be opportunities. The difference between taking advantage of opportunity and not taking advantage of opportunity a lot of times is the money it's going to take to start that endeavor and that opportunity. I mean, because we all have dreams, we all have goals, we all have aspirations. And the question that I have for you is, what are you going to do with those? Are you going to allow and let a monetary value prevent you from reaching your goals, your aspirations, your dreams? For some people, yeah. They're like, yeah, it's gonna cost too much, it's gonna take too much. I mean, we have a dream, we have a goal of having a huge homestead one day. That hasn't died, and we are making provisions to get there. So much to the point where not only have we written it down, have we drawn it out, we've even made made models of it. Both, where we can see the model, and touch it, and put things on the cardboard paper. And I've had my son, do a digital model of it, and draw it, not even draw it out, really make it so we can look at it and watch it and all that kind of stuff. So where are you? Because we will get past this corona crap. Okay, we will get past it, and on the other side of corona, I want you to look at your life, be like, okay, before corona, this is the way it was. After corona, this is the way it is. And hopefully you went from here, and during corona, you kind of you etched up a little bit more, and then you started here, and then after corona, you came up a couple steps. And bam, you start going there, and then you keep making another few steps and going up, and then you make a few more steps and go. Pretty soon, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, you were here before corona, you were here, and then bam, you look up 5, 10 years later, you're like, wow, I am so happy that before Corona, such and such happened, and then during Corona, I put away, I set aside, I learned, I educated myself, and then here it is, because time flies. I don't know if y'all understand this or not. Time moves. Time is going to move whether you're ready or not. And we will get past all of this. And when we do, set yourself up and put yourself in a situation where you're going to be better and not worse. Okay? And that's, those are some of the things that we're trying to do right now. Very possible, very, very possible that by this time next month, we will have all our credit card debt paid off. Now, granted, we're fortunate. We are both still working. We are both essential personnel right now. Jennifer's about to go through a furlough, which is another reason why we need to go ahead and get rid of these credit card debt. That's going to be a hit. But that's one less thing that we would have to worry about, when we get there. So, hey, it is what it is, folks. And just make sure you're doing things now that and I say this all the time. I ask this question. I hadn't asked it probably last month. What are you doing right now that your 5-year older self is going to be happy and proud that you did? Okay? I believe in my 5 year from now self, I'll be 50 years old. I believe looking back at my time when I'm 50, I look back at 45, and I think back at, coronavirus and what we did. I'm like, man, I am so happy we went ahead and paid off the car. So happy and glad and thankful that we went ahead and paid off the debt. Because in 5 years, we should be on our homestead. And that should be, to the point where we're like, we're gonna really start enjoying, life. Now, the homestead we're thinking about, probably not like the homestead you're thinking about. I'm thinking about having like a landing strip on my homestead. But I dream big. I just learned, a long time ago that keep your dreams alive and keep them big, and just keep adding to them in your mind, Because I'm like, yeah, it'd be great to have a homestead, have a house, and, we living off the grid, and we have horses and goats and chickens, and, have a pond or two on the property, and have a huge facility where we can have family gatherings, and we all get out there, and, the Plant-Based Homestead Prepper family can come, and, we have retreats, and we can all camp in the woods and all that, and have a place that's that big. But also, I'm like, you know what? I want to get my pilot's license one day. So why would I want to leave my homestead that I have built and I love to have to drive somewhere to go fly my plane or rent a plane to fly? Why not have a homestead big enough where I'm like, you know what? If I feel like flying that day, or we want to take a trip and we want to go, home to Texas, or we want to go see somebody down in North Carolina, why the heck not? Why not go out there in the hangar and do our T's and P's, temperature and pressures, hop in the doggone Cessna and fly? Why not? Why not? It's out there. And one thing that I have found out, and I've lived long enough, that if it's something you truly want to do, it's something that you have a burning desire that you have to do, you'll figure out a way. Okay? So hopefully this has helped someone today. This is the first time I've done a live, and nobody has made any kind of comment. So I'm not sure we have regular folks on here, new folks or whatever, but I just been really thinking about this unemployment thing, and I hope that if you are one of those folks, you are not going out blowing all your money. Okay, please don't do that. If you have gone out and blown some money, then hey, we all do it. We all have done it, and unfortunately, we probably all do it again. But right now is not the time. It's not that time. Just like I say all the time, this is not that channel. This is not that time. Okay, so make sure that you make sure you save. Okay. And there is some business that I have got to take care of today. Have to. Yeah, because this is something that I've been messing around with for probably the last year. And I'm going to make sure I take care of this today. because, yep, it is what it is, and it's got to be done. Has got to be done. So, folks, thank y'all so much for being here. I am going to get off, let y'all have y'all's day back. Unfortunately, nobody was chatting, so I don't really know who came in, who didn't come in. But you know what? It was a good chat, and I'll probably come back through and watch this because this is the information that I think the people need to hear right now. As always, sending y'all love, and y'all be blessed. And we'll see you on the next one tonight at 6. Okay, take care.